European states could split over the future of the single market, with Poland feeling increasingly marginalized in the area of trade because of an ongoing clash with Brussels on rule of law. EU analyst Marek Tatala spoke of his fear that the ongoing row between Brussels and Warsaw over the latter's violations of European Union's rule of law requirements could escalate into a wider trade war. Poland is being marginalized according to Mr. Tatala, with many of the larger member states such as France putting up barriers to the single market in order to protect their own economies. With the Polish government frozen out of the key decision on the future of the market, the expert fears the Polish economy will be harmed. Mr. Tatala spoke to express of his concerns that some of the large EU member states had already begun to adopt economic protectionism, pushing Poland out of discussions around the single market. He said, "While we are very focused in Poland about the topic of rule of law and the government is essentially fighting with Brussels over these issues, I think causes the Polish government to be marginalized in discussions around the future of the single market. We see some tendencies for intra-EU protectionism, for example in France, in some other large EU states when they try to protect their economies from the free flow of goods and services in the EU." The vice president at the Civil Development Forum also said that Poland could be further marginalized within the bloc if the rule of law conflict was not resolved. He added, "I am worried that if the Polish government is so involved with this conflict over the rule of law with the European Union institutions, we will continue to be marginalized in this debate about the future of the single market. This will harm Polish business that benefited hugely from our presence in the single market." Together with Hungary, Poland's relationship with the EU has been tense ever since Brussels began Article 7 proceedings aimed at preventing the two countries from introducing controversial legal reforms. Most recently, both Poland's Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki and Hungarian counterpart Viktor Orbán threatened to veto the EU's £1.6 trillion budget in protest at attempts to link payouts from the EU's coronavirus rescue funds to adherence to the bloc's principles with respect to judicial independence. Sebastian Kaleta, Poland's Secretary of State in the Ministry of Justice, recently stated that Boris Johnson's tough stance on Brexit should serve as an example to every leader in the EU 27.